Hello to everyone. I would love to be with you for this very important event of ICAO, but we are in the middle of the test flights of Solar Impulse, and we all need to be here in Switzerland to prepare our round-the-world flight of next year. So you might wonder, what's the future of a solar-powered airplane? Is it just a crazy adventure, or is it useful for aviation? Well, of course, we will not have solar-powered airplanes transporting passengers in the near future. But don't forget that when the Wright brothers made their first flight in 1903, there was also no technologies to transport passengers. When Charles Lindbergh crossed the Atlantic in 1927, he was alone on board, full of fuel, no payload available for passengers. And people thought, what is the future of aviation if there is only one pilot and zero passengers crossing the oceans? And a few years later, the technology developed to have passengers flying across oceans and aviation changing the world like we have seen in the 20th century. So of course, with Solar Impulse, we are at the beginning of a completely new cycle. One pilot and the entire payload for batteries. But the result is that this airplane is so energy efficient that the solar radiation is enough to keep it airborne day and night with no fuel at all on a perpetual endurance or almost perpetual endurance. It can fly day and night. And what happens? It means that the solar cells are producing the electricity for the batteries and for the motors to be able to climb to 27,000 feet during the day, and then fly on the batteries until the next sunrise at lower level, 5,000 feet the next morning, and climb again. And by cycle, like this, you just stay airborne. So you can understand that an experimental project like this one has the power to attract the awareness of the people. It inspires, of course, a lot of students, schools, but also media and governments. And it is extremely important to keep this inspiration alive to develop the green technologies that we need so much. Because these green technologies, or let's say maybe even better, these clean technologies that we have on Solar Impulse can be used everywhere on the ground. It can be used for cars, it can be used for buildings, it can be used for lighting systems, for insulations. It can be used everywhere. And what is really important to understand is if the clean technologies that exist today in the world would be used on a massive scale by everyone on the earth, we could divide by 2 the energy consumption of the world already today and produce half of our needs with renewable sources. But we don't do it. People don't do it. Governments don't do it. Industries don't do it because there is maybe a lack of pioneering spirit. People are afraid of losing their habits to get into the unknown. So once again, aviation should focus on this awareness. People follow aviation. People love the story of aviation. People have been inspired by aviation during more than 100 years. It should continue. So Solar Impulse in this way is a flagship of all the people who would like new technologies to come everywhere. And on aviation, on airplanes, on helicopters, it is starting. You have more and more experimental projects. We just need to make it not just experimental, but it needs to be much more popular. We need to put also more and more of these technologies in airplanes for APUs, for taxiing with electrical engines, for more direct routes, for all the things also with air traffic control that can help make constant descent approach, all the things that can reduce the energy consumption. It's not enough just to produce renewable sources. We need to reduce the energy consumption, to be more energy efficient. And this is where there are new technologies, new jobs to create, new profits to make, and possible growth. So you see that we are really on a phase that is extraordinary in that sense, a lot of suspense. Solar Impulse is showing the way, and who knows when all the aviation will use these technologies, but I know that you at ICAO are extremely keen to be pioneers, and this is why we have this partnership together. ICAO is helping us a lot for negotiation with countries, for overflight and landing permissions. I treasure this partnership we have together because I believe we have the same spirit. So I cannot be with you physically, but we are linked together by passion for aviation, for adventure, for technology, for exploration. And we'll meet again for sure. And anyway, during the flight around the world, you can follow us and we will, in that sense, fly all together. So have a very good event. I wish you a great time.